Alright, so we didn't actually find any snakes in the building. I was very disappointed. I was told there might be one in there. So we're going to try again this morning and see what we can find. Now, I watched the video and I feel like I didn't explain some things very well. So first of all, rods and cones. I said that people have more cones and snakes have more rods. It's not necessarily true. The eye is made up of more rods than cones, but people rely on their cones for color vision, for better definition of a picture. So I meant that we have more cones than snakes do, and we use the cones more than snakes do. But snakes do have more rods than people because just about every species has more rods than cones. The other thing I did talk about was Jacobson's organ. Now, the Jacobson's organ is a very specialized structure that lives in the roof of the mouth of the snake. Now, what they'll do is, snake's moving along, whatever, and it wants to smell something. So it sticks its tongue out, flips it around, and pulls it back. And does it again, and does it again, and does it again, and so on until they find what they're looking for. Now what happens is when the tongue comes out, it gets particles all over the tongue. The tongue comes back in, rubs against the Jacobson organ, and the Jacobson organ takes the smell in. So, basically they can follow a trail kind of like a bloodhound does. And they can follow old trails, they can follow new trails, and that's how they often find their prey. They can also feel vibrations in the ground, so chances are they'll know I'm coming long before I know they're there. But at the same time, some of them will try and use camouflage or just try and lay low and hope I don't see them. So, take a look and see what we can find. And we'll get from there. I found a few snakes over here in this underbrush before. It's not many, but there's a couple. So, we'll see what we can find. People around here have done a little bit of work, and I've seen some stuff. So. There's one right there, actually. Here. This is my old friend, northern water snake. They're extremely common in this area. Oh, look. This was actually starting to shed. It's got some shed still on its eyes. Now, water snakes are, I actually really hope I find one of these because they have just a huge variety of anti-predator defenses. And I love that kind of stuff. I don't know how well you can see it with this camera, but they have this very specialized pattern here on the back. It almost looks like bars coming down like a stripe. Now, water snakes, like most of the snakes in this area, attempt to mimic certain species. Now, water snakes are not venomous, of course, and the only reason I have this hook is because I fear a certain end of the snake, and it's probably not the end you think. As part of their defense, and possibly the worst defense of all snakes in the area, they spray this just horrible liquid from their rear ends. It's called musk. Now, this stuff is unbelievably nasty, and I really hope that they haven't been to smell-o-vision anytime soon, because if you guys smell this, you'll likely never watch this video again. So, why do they have a lot of things in common with copperheads? They're short, they're fat, they have the same pattern, and they're also very aggressive. Now this one here, it's early in the morning, it's probably still cool from last night. So they're a little bit slow, plus he's got some sheds on his eyes, so he's not seeing as well. So, when a snake tries to mimic a venomous species, a non-venomous species such as this, trying to mimic a copperhead, it's called Batesian mimicry. Now, the easiest way to remember that is, there's two types of mimicry, Mullerin and Batesian. Batesian is a non-venomous species trying to look like a venomous species, while Mullerin is two very venomous species that look alike. The easiest way to remember that is Bait is fake, Mullerin is no bull. I prefer to shorten it down to Bait is fake and leave it at that. Now, as I said before, water snakes like the musk, so I'm going to try and keep this dangerous end a little bit angled away from me. I'll try and show you some of the stuff. Now, water snakes also, like I said, this one's a little bit calm, just probably because he is cool and not exactly active yet. But they usually are very aggressive snakes, and they will strike. Normally they will strike with anything that moves, and I'll try and get them to do that. Give me some idea here what it is that we're dealing with. Now this snake's exposed, so he might not strike as much, say, a normal snake was. Now, I want to show you this. See what I said about the tongue? Flicks in and out, flicks in and out. Who did they mouse see? Stupid bugs. Anyway. Now obviously he's getting a little excited, which is why he's doing that. And I've said before, his vision's a little cloudy, which is why he isn't striking as much. But, let's see what I can do with this. Now his aim's going to be, like I said, his aim's going to be a little off. He's got some skin hanging on. As you can see, it's a nice sized snake. Now, the problem is, as aggressive as they are, as much as they may try and look like a copperhead, in reality, the best anti-predator defense that these guys have is simply to get bigger. The bigger you are, the less things can eat you. When they're young and they're born as live births, just about everything will eat them. Possums will eat them, raccoons will eat them, everything from them up to bears and probably even Sasquatch. They will eat these guys. And for another view on Batesian mimicry, watch what happens when I pick them up. See that head? See how it flattens out? Venomous species have venom glands, venom sacs, right here in the back. And they do their best to make themselves look very, very dangerous. Now kids, I think this goes without saying, I've done this for years. Please, do not do this. Whatever you do, please, please do not do this. These guys I grew up with, I know them very well. This was a snake that I learned everything from. And that's why snakes are probably the coolest ones ever.